You've been waiting, maybe for a relationship, maybe for clarity about your direction, maybe for the life that feels like it's just out of reach, visible, but not yet yours. And in the waiting, if you're honest, there's a question underneath everything else. The question underneath the waiting: am I being prepared, or am I being passed over? That question matters because how you answer it determines whether the waiting builds you or breaks you. I want to talk to you today about what God is actually doing in the season that feels like delay. God is not withholding, He is building. Here's what I've come to understand: God doesn't delay the mission because the mission is not ready. He delays it because the man is not ready. And those are not the same thing. The opportunity can exist. The relationship can be available. The door can be unlocked. But if the man walking through it hasn't been built to carry what's on the other side, the blessing becomes a burden. An unbuilt man turns every blessing into a burden, not because he's bad, because he's not yet strong enough to hold it without breaking. And God, who loves you, will not hand you something that will destroy you, even if you're asking for it, even if it looks right, even if everyone around you seems to have it already. Here's the specific thing God is watching, and most men never get told this directly. In Luke chapter 16, verse 10, Jesus says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Most men read that as a financial principle. It is not only financial, it is a leadership principle. It applies to your time, your word, your body, your thought life, your private habits. Your private life is your actual life. The man you are when no one is actually watching, that is your actual life. Not the version you present, not the aspirational identity you carry in public. The private one, the 11 p.m. version, the version that exists when there's no accountability and no audience. That is the man God is evaluating, and not to judge him, to know him, to know what he can carry. God doesn't test you to fail you. He tests you to know what you're ready for. The test is not punishment. The test is measurement. And the results of the test determines the weight of what comes next. This is where it gets uncomfortable because you already know this. The gaps, you already know what they are. Let me be specific because this is where most content goes vague and loses you. The gap God is watching are not mysterious. They are not hidden. You already know exactly what they are. It's the discipline that starts strong and quietly disappears by Thursday. It's the boundary you said you'd hold that you moved because the moment got uncomfortable. It's the goal that's been on the list for 18 months that you haven't touched because starting it means you have to be accountable to finishing it. Discipline is not punishment. It is proof of identity. When you keep your word to yourself, you are telling God, yourself, and everyone watching who you actually are. And when you don't, you are also telling them. A man who cannot lead his own life will not lead a relationship well. Not because he doesn't want to, because he hasn't practiced it. Leadership is not a title, it's a pattern. And patterns are built here in the private, unglamorous, unwitnessed moments before they ever show up in the visible ones. And here's what changes the moment a man actually passes his test. You're not behind. You're being built for something that requires more than you currently carry. I want to speak to you something directly. The frustration you feel in the waiting is not weakness. It is not a sign of insufficient faith. It is the normal experience of a man who can see where he wants to be and cannot yet see the bridge. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not the man who missed this window. The window is not closing. The man is still being built. And the man on the other side of this season, the one who did the private work, who kept the commitments no one saw, who led himself with the same standards he will one day lead others, that man receives differently than the one who arrives unprepared. He holds it without flinching because he was built for the weight of it. This is the shift from a man who wants more to a man who has become enough to carry it. Stop asking when. Start asking who. Who are you becoming in this season of waiting? Because the answer to when is almost always when the who is ready. Not ready in the sense of perfect, ready in the sense of built, ready in the sense of his private life matches his public ask. His internal standards matches the life he says he wants. His word to himself is as reliable as his word to others. That man doesn't wait indefinitely. That man gets met because God does not withhold from a built man what a built man is ready to carry. He cannot. It would contradict his own nature. If you are in a season of waiting, this is what I want you to hear. The delay is not the verdict, it is the preparation. The silence is not absence, it is the sound of something being built. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not disqualified by what you've been through or haven't figured out yet. You are a man in the middle of your formation. The best is still ahead. You are a man in the middle of your formation. And the formation is not comfortable. It was never meant to be. But on the other side of it, there is a version of you who is settled, grounded, certain, not because everything is figured out, but because he is. Hold steady, do the private work, keep the commitments no one sees, Lead yourself first. The rest follows a built man. It always has. Before you close this video, sit with this one question. In the areas of your life where you keep asking God for more, are you becoming the man who can carry it? Don't answer it out loud. Just sit with it. If this found you at the right time, comment building below. One word. Subscribe for weekly content built for men who are done waiting passively and ready to become what the waiting is preparing them for. Please hit the like button. It tells YouTube send this out to others who might get some value from this content. And hit subscribe. And if you do hit subscribe, hit the bell icon. That way you get notification anytime I make a new video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.